Hi, today is February 17th, 2026, and here are my poems for the day. The first one is poem number 264 for the year, One of Those Occasions. And through the fence I saw the Norwegian Getaway waiting at the Manhattan cruise terminal, and I saw a passenger on their way to board the enormous cruise ship. And having read David Foster Wallace's A Supposedly Fun Thing I'll Never Do Again, I had no deep sense of jealousy or FOMO. I wasn't even sure I could be happy for the passenger, having read what DFW had to say. But I did take a photo. And this had to have been at least a year and a half ago, back when I was living on the Upper West Side and would routinely bike along the Hudson and occasionally see a boat. This must have been one of those occasions. Poem number 265, One Such Occasion. I miss you often. Throughout the day I notice I am thinking of you again and again and again and again. But only occasionally do I miss you so much that I am moved to say so. Only occasionally will I reach out and say so. And even when I say so in such a way as to suggest that I miss you less than I do. That is to say, I miss you more and more often than I say. I only say so occasionally, and this is one such occasion. Poem number 266, Occasions. He was the type who loved occasions, weddings, birthdays, bar mitzvahs, baptisms, even plain ordinary whoopee parties. He loved occasions more than people, but he would obsessively ingratiate himself with people so that they would invite him to their occasions. And it worked. His social calendar was as full as William Howard Taft after dinner, whose birthday on September 15th he would celebrate every year. Because he loved occasions, anniversaries, funerals, brism, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, Arbor Day. He didn't care. If it was an occasion, he was there. He loved the occasional occasion and the special occasion and the ordinary occasion and the annual occasion and the anal occasion. Maybe he was easily pleased, but the man loved occasions. Poem number 267, Podcast Idea. I've never wanted to do a podcast, even though I think it would be fun. And even though I think people would like it, but now I have a name for the podcast, Balls to the Wall with John S. Hall. I think that's a catchy title. At the beginning, I could be like, today Robert Downey Jr. will go balls to the wall with me, John S. Hall. Of course, I probably couldn't get Robert Downey Jr. unless the podcast became a huge success. And even then, Robert Downey Jr. might be like, I'll go on your show as long as you promise not to go completely balls to the wall. And I'd have to stick to my guns and retain my artistic integrity and be like, I'm sorry, but that's not going to work for me. Show business is tough. You've got to stick to your guns. And the last poem of the day, poem number 268, Haiku Are Easy, part 59. Balls to the wall, testicles to the ceiling, gonads to the floor. All right, that's it. Thank you. I appreciate you.